for Twisted Minds in this game number 3. Will 9Z Globin be able to find the win that they need, or would Twisted Minds be back home to the grand finals?
Let's see what happens here. You're going to see the side of 9Z Globin. They're going to walk all around the map with the Lady Sun and Ming, right? They're going to go ahead and start middle here and claim that wave, and then immediately go into the jungle, go into the bot lane, and give this Lady Sun as much farm as humanly possible. Their whole composition hinges on this Lady Sun getting super strong to the point where they can just kind of walk in and just take everyone out, right? Lefty trying for a little bit of an invade here on the Musashi. It was smart to take the board camp first, so they're not able to go ahead and get that from him. But wait, look at this.
A bit too far forward, right? 90 had to force the flash here. I like that 9Z Globin, what they're doing is just giving all the resources right here on Lefty. Like what you do with an army, right? You want the Lady Sun to get advantage. She has more range, so she can bully a lot of lanes with this strategy.
And Lady Sun was one of those picks that you get to the critical mass where if you have enough damage, you can just delete people, right? And if you're not able to get to that point, you're not going to be very strong. But if she can get to the point where she can use that frag grenade, that rolling rage, and just one-shot a lot of the members of Twisted Minds, there's not much counterplay to that. And it looks like 9Z Globin is trying to accelerate that atomic clock as quickly as possible.
Now they go to the bot lane. They have level advantage against Shanks, and there's 3 people on the bot side of the map. So right now, there's a lot of pressure going in from the side of 9Z Globin. I hope they use this effectively, though, because with the pressure that they're giving the enemy team, this is good. Twisted Minds is in pressure, and Shanks is not going to be allowed to do anything here.
Yeah, this is one of those games where Shanks is not going to have the freedom he had in the past, where he could just peacefully farm here. He's oftentimes going to be behind here. There's not much he can do. Even if he plays perfectly, you know, they're funneling every piece of farm into one, right? And Twisted Minds play.
Yeah, Highland can go for another dash, though. Needs to not be able to flash away. He doesn't have any flashes. So that's going to be an easy first blood for 9Z Globin.
Yeah, once you land that skill to Princess Frost, that's going to be all she wrote there. And in front of the Lady Sun as well, too. This is a picture-perfect start here for the side of 9Z Globin. They're getting accelerated here. Can they go ahead and keep up this pace and not let Twisted Minds get away with a 3-0 again like yesterday?
Yeah, it was a finishing stroke right there, but not enough damage because he doesn't really have enough items here in the early game. So you're not going to expect him to get any kills at this point. But the idea of the Shangwan pick is to find a way to snowball the early game post-Tyrant. So that's what I'm waiting for. Once they go for the Tyrant fight, I want to see how Highline plays it.
For sure, and if she has enough damage, she can just sail in and take out both the Ming and the Lady Sun. So it's going to be a game of critical masses, right? Is either side going to give it a hit a critical mass of damage to take out the opponents before they can really respond? That is going to be the question here. 1 more minute until the Tyrant here.
90, dropkick gets them, and exploit weakness was able to exploit 9Z Globin. What a good answer right here from Twisted Mind. Double kill comes in for Twisted Minds.
Wow, that was an amazing dropkick flash there from Knightley. He burned that flash so early, 50 seconds in the game, that at 3 minutes, you know, around the time you usually want to expend your skills there, he has it back up for that skirmisher. Another 2v2. We're seeing that Twisted Minds here, they don't lose those 2v2 skirmishes in the Clash lane.
Yeah, the Frigid Prison right there almost got the hit on Hai Lang. And as he said, whenever that hits, it's going to be scary. Opening onto mid lane, nobody's pushing. Every member right here of 9Z Globin are ready to go for this Tyrant at 5 seconds.
Opting to go ahead and clear the wave and get ready, but it looks like Twisted Mind has the positional advantage, right? They're already hitting it. They have everyone on it already, and 9Z might be forced to give up another Tyrant. This is not a good look for them so far.
Yeah, bit too late. The timing on that Crimson buff was at 7 seconds before the Tyrant came in, so he had to clear it by then. And because they didn't have any vision on that Tyrant, that was an easy take for Twisted Minds. But remember, no vision here. Shangwan is here. Hailang is hiding somewhere. There you go, he has been seen.
I think once again, Twisted Minds is going to be in the driver's seat. They're usually the team that gets the first.
Goes in with a finishing stroke right here onto the back, though. Might be able to get the damage, but Moon not going to hit the Frigid Person, but it's okay. No kills for Twisted Minds.
They push him back here and give him another tough start here. They have the Tyrant buff, so 9Z Globin, they don't want to fight too much here. They know they're weaker in the combat there. But I was saying, Twisted Minds, they're able to get that first Tyrant pretty consistently, so they're often able to dictate the pace of the games here. And 9Z Globin, they need to disrupt the status quo.
Yeah, on the top side though, Clean having a 1v1 here. Puts him in the air, and now down under. 90, wait, another fight though, exploits weakness, was able to get the damage with the drop kick. And Moon and Kapuseva left alone here, gets chased down by 90. Triple kill comes in for Hailang.
Well, Hailang showing you guys do not need Adolia there. Triple kill for Hailang. He had a bit of a rough early game, right? He got caught out once, but he's definitely making it back up, and it's paying dividends here, the Shangguan pick. He's now 3-1 here on the side of Twisted Minds.
Oh, wow. And again, 90 is always has been the reason why they can start this fight though. Once he gets a drop kick, half HP on almost everybody, and now that's the time for everybody to clean up.
And look at this also, the Masashi going full damage here, right? The damage jungle item along with the Axe of Torment, and he's up 2,000 gold to boot here. Whoever he gets put to death is gonna find death pretty quick.
Good stun, good slow on ACC. And he has been trapped, Frigid Prison. That's a good catch though for 9Z.
That gives 9Z a little bit of breathing room, but it doesn't really do much, right? They're down 4,000 gold, and taking out the Roamer on the side of Twisted Minds is not going to allow you into their jungle to really take those objectives.
90 has been trapped. They used the Ghost Mobilization to get the knockup, but wasn't able to. Had to force a flash out of Win RJ. Still not a kill.
All right, they're showing some signs of life here, right? 9ZG. It is potentially match point. They need to give it their all. They're playing this death ball composition we were talking about, right? Everyone's going around and protecting the Lady Sun. They have their Gudo to help out. But wait, look at this.
Win RJ trying.
Left.
Yeah, he has been left alone. He could be killed here. Win RJ was able to dash away, but Hailang is there to cut him off. And that's another kill. One more for Twisted Minds.
That's brutal. They were 4-man walking up there as a unit. Everyone backed off. Win RJ did not get the message, kept walking forward there, and then he got himself in a bit of trouble here with Twisted Minds. But it just shows first, second game, and now third game here. Twisted Minds is able to dictate the game and control it.
Yeah, good knockup though. But Hailang was just baiting them out, not letting them move forward with a finishing stroke, just to put a sign on it. Goes in for the flash, got the knockup for stun on 3. And this is going to be clean, it's going to be killed right on the back. Good shutdown for 9Z Globin.
But he was definitely feeling himself a little bit too much there, right? That was a very ambitious dive there. Diving the tier 1 tower of 9Z there while everyone was around. We know how 9Z likes to position with this composition. They're all going to be grouped up. It's not going to be easy for Clean to get those isolated kills that Masashi kind of wants to get there.
Yeah, we've seen it. I think Win RJ has been struggling in this game. And you can see him looking, finding opportunities to get kills on 90. But look at 9Z Globin. They're playing a death ball. They've been together the whole time. One thing that could be bad here is that it's a good thing that Twisted Minds is here to cut them off at the back line. There's an option here for 90 to find the kill, but he has been discovered.
The thing about these death ball style compositions is it's very easy to outmaneuver you, right? We see ACC in the shadows here getting vision, and once you know where the death ball is, you know where all the enemies are, right? If you just go ahead and split the map and do other stuff, look at this. Look at the side of Twisted Minds. They have someone here, someone there, right? They're all around the map. They're getting farm everywhere. Whereas the side of 9ZG, they can only get farm from this one lane. Everyone there sharing all that experience, all that gold. Whereas the side of Twisted Minds, everyone's getting their own gold.
Yeah, and while they're taking the time, there's nobody here. They can't even move forward because the towers are already down. With the second tier towers down, it makes it easier for them to just take it. Top lane though, look at it. The minions are just taking down the tower, and there's nobody there to defend.
Yeah, this game really mirrors game 1, right? Where 9Z Globin was just trapped into base, and Twisted Minds, you know, they're not going to over-aggress and push them too hard here. They're just going to opt to play the map and take the safe guaranteed win. They already have that 5,000 gold lead, and they're like, okay, you guys want to go ahead and turtle up in your base? That's fine. We'll take every piece of jungle. We'll take every piece of objectives until you cannot stand it anymore.
Yeah, now Twisted Minds It's a good thing that there's a good amount of wave clear though for 9Z Global. That's why Twisted Minds can't push this just yet. Right there onto the back, they go for the drop kick, didn't hit it. Good timing for the side right here. Right now, Twisted Minds just gonna be going back away. They got the tower, they got what they wanted. They're just gonna back off. Winter is here, is gonna slow them down, but Shanks is just pulling them out of the way with his cards.
What a flip of the switch here, right? We are just mentioning how they're probably going to leave him in base, right? And that's what they did in game one. But this game, they switched it up a bit. Everyone immediately flashed in and flipped that switch and engaged there. Sure, they got no kills, but they were able to buy enough time and pressure for that high ground tower to be taken out. So now that high ground, that clash lane there is going to be spawning elite minions for the entirety of the game now. And this is going to be the beginning of the end.
Yeah, it's gonna be starting. High ground tower down. 9Z had to force a tyrant fight. Win RJ is being baited out of the way, but Tai Lang just forcing them out of the picture with a finishing stroke bait so that nobody could move forward. Sick doesn't have vision here. This is just an easy take on the Tyrant. Nobody's stopping them.
On the side, Twisted Minds, super healthy here. Now taking the Crimson Golem. This is what I mean. When you have that Death Ball style turtle, you know, composition here, you're forced to everyone play together. And if the enemies don't play you at your game, Twisted Minds are like, okay, we're just not gonna fight you. You know, we're gonna play for these objectives. We're gonna push this lane, push that lane here. It's really hard to respond because your team is made to be all together.
What was that Imperial Order? I thought Win RJ is gonna get killed there. That was kind of scary. But here you can see that Shanks is still trying to go for the push here. Winter is here as well, so Moon is just gonna be pulling the trigger right here clean. In front, just pushing them away, even with the finishing stroke. He doesn't even use it to get kills. The finishing stroke is just there to zone out 9Z.
For sure. Yeah, Masashi's just so ahead at this point in the game. Look at the gold. 9.7k on Masashi to Agudo's 6.5k. He's just up 2.5 items here. So he is able to go all this damage and still be so durable. He's level 15. He's had consistently 3 levels on his counterpart. All series, not just this game. All series, it feels like.
True. And also with a Primal Bond, they're just taking it. They don't even care at this point. Because they can. There's no way that 9Z could challenge this.
Yeah, this is exactly the same as game one here, right? They're saying you're gonna stay in your base, cool. We're gonna get every single objective, and every time they mount a sizable push, you see a high ground go down, and they've already got 2 out of the 3 down already. Once they summon that enhanced Shadow Vanguard, likely in the bottom lane here, it is potentially gonna be the final push.
Yeah, final fight. 90, Hai Lang in front, Shadow Path in the bot lane. They're waiting for the last push here. 9Z Globin. It's just so hard that nobody is here. Nobody is made to face check on the side of 9Z Globin, which is why they can't move forward.
Yeah, their composition does not really play that well from behind, right? If you death ball in the enemy base where they're forced to react to you, it's amazing. But if you're on the back foot here, no one can really walk up and get vision for you, right? If you go everywhere, you need to bring your whole family here with you, or else you risk getting caught out. True. But now that that Shadow Path is in the bottom lane there, they're going to be taking reduced damage. They're all higher level.
Win RJ being the wall onto the back line, the last fight that they're looking for, Rampage. That is done. Leffy's over. This game is going to be on their side. Everybody's falling down like flies on the side right here of 9Z Globin. From the bottom of Survival Week to the peak once more. Twisted Minds are back in the grand finals where OG awaits.
Once again, I've seen this before, right? I've played these games before. Twisted Minds making their way through the lower bracket here, and once again, they're gonna meet up against OG exactly the same as last season. But this time, will OG go ahead and blunder? I don't want to say blunder, but they beat Twisted Minds every other time, right? It's just that they lost that one time. Will it be a repeat of last season?
What a performance from Twisted Minds, and as you said, that's the question that has been looming in our minds. This could be the Twisted Minds that destroyed OG last season. Remember, it's the same thing. What happened here in this season is that OG had a perfect run. And then, in the end, Twisted Minds just got them out, just sweep them under the rug in the last and the most important fight.
Absolutely. They had a perfect run, and then Twisted Minds happened, all right? And if I was OG right now, I'm probably thinking like, uh-oh, we won every single match this season, you know, again. We cannot let this happen again, boys, all right? They know their opponents. They know not to underestimate them this time, and it is even Knightley's back in here, right? And Knightley was a huge reason why they actually took down OG there in the first season. But there is going to be our lower bracket match there, so that goes ahead and solidifies 9Z Globin in the third place position, and Twisted Minds here is minimum second now.
Yeah, Twisted Minds, what a performance. Highlang bringing out the Shangwan in this game. And even 90, man, I cannot discount the fact that 90 has been the reason why they win these clashes. Even the whole series, he was doing that. Not even getting MVP, it's okay. As long as we win.
I'm gonna have to give props to someone we don't talk about too often in this game as well too, right? Twisted Minds ACC. We were identifying that 9Z Globin, they have that death ball composition, right? How does Twisted Minds always outmaneuver them? How do they always know where to be and when? ACC is always looming in the shadows over a wall, getting vision, spotting the enemies, saying like, hey guys, they're all over here. They go ahead and rotate around and steal the farm elsewhere where it's safe until they can build up a sizable lead and just take a full-on fight to the doorstep of 9Z Globin, as we saw here at the very end, and close out the game.
Yeah, you can see the gold graph here. There were some times that 9Z Globin was fighting back against Twisted Minds, but in the end there, even Highlang had just one mistake in this game, was just at level 4 tried to steal the boars, but it's okay. Clean still the MVP in this game. Shanks got 2, Clean got 1, so it's still okay. At least Clean was able to get it in the end here.
For sure here for Clean there. But yeah, it does not matter the strength of the player you are, right? If you get hit by Princess Frost skill 2, that just shows anyone can get taken out in the early game. Even the mighty Highlang on one of his favorite picks here, the Shangwan, right? Very excited he got ahead and busted that out. Maybe he's thinking this is one of the last times he can go ahead and play that, as they know they're going to be against OG next.
Look at this place, right? Highlang, what he's doing here is just so smart. This is something that everybody should learn. When they're playing Shangwan, you could stop whenever you're using the finishing stroke. He was always stopping. He's stopping, cast something, then stop again, then try again. You could go back, you could go in. You don't really have to just go in, because you have the option to go back.
For sure here, and it looks like they are going to be going back to last year's finals now. Twisted Minds versus OG. I'm pretty sure OG was not ready for this one this year, right?
True.
Like, they saw 9Z Globin get the second seed here. They're the second runner-ups here in Group S. They saw Twisted Minds, you know, kind of washed up, getting knocked down potentially, right? And then out of left field, Knightley comes back, roster reforms, and they're getting hyped up to good reason. They're 6-0 right now.
They're probably surprised that he's back. The hero is back, and now they are in this form. Got a 3-0 on the first part of the lower brackets, then in the lower bracket finals, got them back to here in the grand finals, a rematch. A very different, not really very different, Twisted Minds with City Boy not here anymore for the support. ACC being the substitute here for the team has been different. And I hope this same formula would be able to topple down the strength of OG.
Absolutely, they're OG. They're going to have a best of 7. The victor is going to be pretty decisive, right? It's a best of 7 match. If it goes the distance, it will go ultimate battle. So those are going to be enabled as well too. But we're going to have to go ahead and take a break here. When we come back, it is going to be the final match in the Major West League.
Dongwon, won't you come out to greet an old friend? All this noise, how unruly. My, such a grand ceremony, and yet it's become such a mess.
Let me help you tidy things up.
It's almost time.
Hang in there. We'll protect everyone. Someone will come to help us.
Who will come to help us? No. Do you always cling on to him? Hmm?
Austrin. It's been a long time.